My beloved child, today I am asking you to stop for a moment and listen carefully to my voice. You have cried many tears in silence. You have carried burdens that nobody else could see. There were nights when you smiled in front of others while your heart was breaking inside. You asked me many times, God, are you still with me? And today I want you to hear this clearly. Yes, my child, I have never left your side. You thought the delay meant rejection, but I was protecting you. You thought the closed door meant failure, but I was preparing something greater for your future. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every lonely moment had a purpose that you could not understand at the time. While you were worrying, I was working behind the scenes. While you were losing hope, heaven was arranging miracles in your favor. I know how tired you have become. I know there were moments when you wanted to quit. The enemy whispered lies into your mind, telling you that you were forgotten, unloved, and defeated. But those lies are breaking today. I am reminding you who you are. You are chosen. You are protected. You are deeply loved by me. My child, you passed the test that almost broke you. You stayed kind when people were cruel. You kept praying even when answers did not come quickly. You kept walking forward even when your strength was fading. I saw every silent sacrifice. I saw every act of faith. I saw the tears nobody else noticed. And now the season is changing for you. Do not be afraid of what comes next. The battle was difficult because your blessing is big. The enemy attacked you because your future carries purpose. But what I have planned for you cannot be stolen. No person can block what I am about to release into your life. No force of darkness can cancel the destiny I placed over your name. Today I am opening a new chapter for you. Some things will begin to make sense. The confusion that surrounded your life will slowly disappear. The heaviness in your spirit will lift. The prayers you thought I ignored are about to receive answers in unexpected ways. I am sending peace into your home, clarity into your mind, and strength into your heart. There is someone reading this who has been secretly struggling financially. You have worried about bills, responsibilities, and your future. Hear me now, I am your provider. I will make a way where there seems to be no way. Opportunities are coming. Doors are opening. Do not give up at the edge of your breakthrough. There is another person carrying deep emotional pain. Someone hurt you badly, and ever since then you have found it hard to trust again. My child, I know your wounds. I know the memories that still make you cry. But I am healing your heart little by little. The pain will not control your future forever. I will restore the joy that was stolen from you. Some of you have been waiting for a sign from me. You asked me to speak clearly because you felt lost and uncertain. This message is your confirmation. I am guiding your steps even when you cannot see the full path ahead. Stop doubting yourself so much. Stop believing the negative voices around you. I created you with purpose, not fear. My child, do not compare your journey to others. What I am doing in your life is unique. Some people may succeed quickly while you wait longer, but your delay is not punishment. I am building your character, your faith, and your endurance. The blessing that comes at the right time will last longer than the blessing received too early. You are entering a season of restoration. Things that looked dead will come back to life. Relationships will heal. Opportunities will return. Your hope will rise again. The sadness you carried for so long will not remain forever. Joy is coming back into your life, and when it arrives, you will realize why you had to survive those difficult days. I need you to trust me even when you cannot understand everything. Faith is not about seeing the entire road. Faith is about taking one step while believing I am leading you. And I promise you this, I will never lead you into destruction. My plans for you are filled with hope and a future. Do not let fear control your decisions anymore. Fear has stolen enough time from you already. Fear told you to stay silent. Fear told you not to try again. Fear told you that failure was waiting for you. But I did not create you to live trapped by fear. I created you to walk in courage, wisdom, and faith. My beloved child, many people underestimated you. Some laughed at your dreams. Some walked away when you needed them most. But I allowed certain people to leave because they could not go where I am taking you. Not everyone is assigned to your future. Some departures were actually protection in disguise. I am teaching you to depend on me more than human approval. People may disappoint you, but I never will. Human promises can fail, but my promises remain forever. Hold on to my words during difficult moments because they will strengthen you when everything else feels unstable. Very soon, you will look back and realize that the struggle did not destroy you, it prepared you. The storm did not end your story, it strengthened your faith. The pain did not make you weaker, it made you wiser. You are becoming stronger than you realize right now. I know there were times when you questioned your value. You wondered if your life truly mattered. Hear me clearly today, your life has meaning. Your presence on this earth is not an accident. I formed you with intention. There are people you will inspire, lives you will touch, and purposes you will fulfill that you cannot even imagine yet. Do not give up now. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough you prayed for is nearer than it appears. Keep believing. Keep praying. Keep moving forward one day at a time. Even small steps matter when you continue walking with faith. I am proud of you for surviving the battles you never talked about openly. I am proud of you for getting up again after disappointment. I am proud of you for refusing to become bitter after everything you endured. Heaven sees your strength, even when you feel weak. My child, open your heart today. Release the fear. Release the anger. Release the anxiety you have been carrying. You do not have to hold every burden alone. Give those worries to me. Let me carry what has been exhausting your soul. A new beginning is arriving. New peace. New strength. New opportunities. New hope. The chapter ahead will not look like the chapter behind you. I am doing something fresh in your life, even now. So when you wake up tomorrow, do not wake up defeated. Wake up expecting my goodness. Wake up believing that miracles are possible. Wake up knowing that I am already working in places you cannot see yet. And remember this always, you passed the test because I was holding your hand through every moment of it. You were never alone. Not then. Not now. Not ever. My precious child, there is something I need you to understand today. The reason you survived what should have destroyed you is because my hand has been upon your life from the very beginning. Many times the enemy tried to break your spirit. Many times darkness surrounded your thoughts and whispered that your story was over. But I kept breathing strength into you even when you did not realize it. There were moments when you felt abandoned. You looked around and wondered why nobody truly understood your pain. People saw your smile, but they did not see the battles happening inside your mind and heart. Yet I saw everything. I saw the silent tears falling late at night. I heard the prayers you spoke through trembling lips. I watched you continue moving forward while carrying invisible pain. And I want you to know that none of it was wasted. My child, the season you are entering will be different from the season you are leaving behind. For so long you have lived under pressure, confusion, and emotional exhaustion. You kept asking me when things would finally change. You wondered if your breakthrough would ever arrive. Today I am telling you that the waiting season is producing something beautiful inside of you. I have been strengthening your faith through the delay. I have been preparing your heart for the blessing you prayed for. If I had given you everything too early, certain things would have harmed you instead of helping you. But now you are becoming wiser. You are learning discernment. You are understanding the importance of patience, humility, and trust. Some people walked away from your life and left deep wounds in your heart. You questioned your worth because of their rejection. But listen carefully. Their departure was not proof that you are unlovable. Sometimes I remove people because they cannot accompany you into your next season. Some connections were distractions. Some relationships were draining your peace. Some people were assigned to delay your growth. What hurt you yesterday is protecting you tomorrow. My beloved child, stop blaming yourself for every broken situation. Not every storm was your fault. Not every betrayal happened because you failed. There are moments in life when people make choices based on their own brokenness. Do not carry guilt that does not belong to you. Release it into my hands today. I know you have become tired of pretending to be strong all the time. You encourage others while secretly feeling empty yourself. You help people carry their burdens while silently struggling with your own. But today I am calling you into rest. You do not need to prove your strength by suffering in silence. Bring your worries to me. Speak honestly to me about your fears. I already know your heart, and I am not disappointed in you. There is healing beginning inside you right now. The heaviness that followed you for months will not remain forever. I am restoring your peace one step at a time. Your mind will not always feel overwhelmed. Your heart will not always feel wounded. Joy will return to you again. My child, I also need you to stop living in fear of the future. Fear has stolen too many opportunities from you already. Fear convinced you not to try again. Fear told you that failure was waiting around every corner. Fear made you believe you were too weak, too late, or too damaged. But those thoughts do not come from me. I created you with purpose and potential. You are capable of more than you realize. The gifts I placed inside you were not accidents. Your talents matter. Your voice matters. Your life matters. Stop speaking negatively about yourself. Stop calling yourself worthless when heaven calls you chosen. You have survived seasons that should have crushed your spirit completely. You endured disappointment after disappointment, yet you are still standing. That alone is proof that my power has been sustaining you. Even during your weakest moments, I never allowed you to fall beyond recovery. Very soon, things will begin to shift around you. The doors that remained closed for so long will slowly begin opening. Opportunities you thought were impossible will suddenly appear. The confusion that clouded your decisions will clear. I will guide you toward the right people, the right places, and the right timing. Do not rush the process, my child. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. Restoration takes time. A tree with deep roots does not grow overnight. In the same way, the work I am doing inside you is developing strength that will last. There are blessings approaching your life that require maturity, wisdom, and spiritual strength. That is why your journey has not been easy. I am not preparing you for something small. I am preparing you for responsibilities that will impact others around you as well. The enemy wanted you isolated because isolation weakens hope. That is why you have felt lonely at times. But loneliness will not define your future. I am bringing the right people into your life. People who genuinely care about your soul, your peace, and your growth. Not everyone around you will understand your journey, but I will place faithful and sincere people beside you at the right time. My child, some of your greatest battles happened in your mind. You smiled publicly while fighting private wars internally. Negative thoughts attacked your confidence. Anxiety stole your peace. Doubt made you question your future. But hear me clearly. Those dark thoughts do not control your destiny. I am greater than every fear trying to consume your heart. Whenever you feel weak, remember how many times you already survived impossible situations. Remember the moments you thought you would never recover, yet somehow you made it through. That was not luck. That was my grace carrying you forward. I know you sometimes compare your life to others and wonder why your journey seems harder. But comparison only steals peace from your heart. What I am building in your life cannot be compared to anyone else's story. Your timing is different because your purpose is different. Trust my timing even when it feels uncomfortable. Delays are not always denials. Sometimes I delay things because I am protecting you from future pain. Sometimes I wait because the right opportunity is still developing. And sometimes I delay because I want your faith to deepen before the blessing arrives. Do not lose hope now. You are too close to quitting at the exact moment things are beginning to change. The enemy attacks hardest when breakthrough is near. That is why your mind has felt so heavy lately. That is why discouragement has tried to overwhelm you. But the darkness cannot stop what I have already declared over your life. I am breathing new strength into you today. The exhaustion you feel will not last forever. The pressure surrounding you will not destroy you. You will rise again with greater wisdom, greater faith, and greater peace than before. My beloved child, forgive yourself for the mistakes you made in the past. You cannot change yesterday, but you can still walk toward a better tomorrow. Do not remain trapped in shame. Shame keeps people stuck in fear and regret. But I am calling you forward into freedom. You are not defined by your failures. You are not defined by your worst moments. You are not defined by the opinions of people who misunderstood you. Your identity comes from me, not from the temporary judgments of others. I want you to start believing good things about your future again. For too long you have expected disappointment because disappointment became familiar to you. But I am teaching your heart to hope again. Hope is returning. Peace is returning. Strength is returning. The next chapter of your life will require courage. There will be moments when you must step forward without knowing every detail ahead. But remember this, faith grows strongest when trust becomes greater than fear. You may not see the full picture today, but I already see tomorrow clearly. I know every door that will open. I know every blessing that will arrive. I know every person you will meet. Nothing about your future surprises me. So stop carrying hopelessness like it belongs to you. Stop speaking defeat over your life. Your story is not ending in failure. Your story is still unfolding, and I am writing chapters filled with redemption, healing, restoration, and purpose. One day you will understand why certain things had to happen the way they did. One day you will realize that even painful seasons were shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. The tears were not meaningless. The waiting was not pointless. The struggle was not wasted. I am still working behind the scenes even when you cannot feel it. Heaven has not forgotten your name. Your prayers are still heard. Your future is still protected. Your purpose is still alive. So rise again, my child. Lift your head again. Believe again. Pray again. Dream again. Trust again. Because what is coming into your life will remind you that I was with you through every battle all along. My beloved child, today I need you to hear my voice more clearly than the noise surrounding you. The world has filled your mind with fear, pressure, and confusion for far too long. You have spent many days overthinking situations you could not control. You worried about tomorrow while carrying the pain of yesterday. But I am calling you into a new season of peace and trust. You do not have to carry every burden by yourself anymore. I never created you to live constantly exhausted, anxious, and emotionally drained. I know you try to stay strong for everyone around you. I know you hide your struggles behind quiet smiles and short answers. But deep inside, there have been moments when your soul felt tired beyond words. And today I am asking you to release those heavy burdens into my hands. My child, you have been fighting battles that nobody else fully understands. Some battles were external, but many were happening inside your own mind. You have questioned your worth. You have doubted your future. You have wondered whether your prayers were making any difference at all. Yet even during your weakest moments, I stayed beside you. There were nights when you cried yourself to sleep, and nobody knew. There were mornings when you woke up feeling empty, yet still forced yourself to continue. I saw every hidden struggle. I heard every silent prayer. I watched you keep moving forward despite feeling broken inside. That kind of strength does not go unnoticed in heaven. My precious child, stop believing the lie that you are forgotten. You are not forgotten. I know your name. I know your story. I know every detail about your life, including the pain you never tell anyone else about. Nothing about you is invisible to me. The enemy has been trying to convince you that your future is hopeless. That voice keeps reminding you of your failures, your mistakes, and your disappointments. But I am not speaking condemnation over your life. I am speaking restoration. I am speaking healing. I am speaking new beginnings. You have carried guilt for things I already forgave. You keep replaying old mistakes inside your mind as if your past still controls your future. But my child, if I have forgiven you, why are you still punishing yourself? Stop chaining yourself to seasons I already brought you through. Your past may explain some of your pain, but it does not determine your destiny. I am bigger than your mistakes. I am greater than your regrets. My grace is strong enough to rebuild what feels broken inside you. There are blessings ahead of you that require a healed heart. That is why I am working deeply within your spirit right now. Healing is not always fast or easy. Sometimes healing happens slowly, one painful layer at a time. But every step matters. Every moment of growth matters. Do not become discouraged because progress feels slow. Even small healing is still healing. Even small growth is still growth. A person who keeps walking forward, even slowly, is still moving closer toward purpose. My beloved child, there are certain doors I intentionally closed because they were not meant for your future. At the time, you felt rejected and confused. You begged me to let certain things work out. But I saw what you could not see. I protected you from relationships that would have destroyed your peace. I protected you from opportunities that would have led you away from your calling. One day you will thank me for the doors that remained closed. Trust me when I say this, not every delay is punishment. Sometimes delays are preparation. Sometimes waiting seasons are where character is built. The strongest foundations are formed quietly, long before success becomes visible. You have asked me many times, when will my breakthrough finally come? And I want you to know that breakthrough often begins internally before it becomes visible externally. Before circumstances change around you, I first strengthen the person within you. That is exactly what I have been doing. I have been teaching you resilience. I have been teaching you discernment. I have been teaching you to depend on me instead of depending entirely on human approval or temporary comfort. The lessons were difficult, but they are shaping you into someone stronger than before. My child, do not allow disappointment to make your heart cold. Pain has a way of making people bitter if they are not careful. But bitterness will only poison your peace. Release the anger you have been carrying. Release the resentment toward those who hurt you. I know forgiveness is not easy, but forgiveness frees your own heart from chains. Some people wounded you deeply. Some abandoned you when you needed support the most. Some spoke negatively about you without understanding your battles. But you do not need revenge. You do not need to prove your worth to people who refuse to value you. I will handle what concerns you. Focus instead on protecting your peace and healing your spirit. The next chapter of your life requires emotional freedom. You cannot carry yesterday's bitterness into tomorrow's blessings. Let go of the need to understand every betrayal. Some answers will come later. Some answers you may never fully receive. But trust that I can still bring beauty out of painful situations. My precious child, there are moments ahead when you will finally see why you survived everything you went through. Your testimony will encourage others. Your survival will inspire people who feel hopeless. The battles that nearly broke you will one day become proof of my faithfulness in your life. Nothing you suffered was meaningless. Even now, while reading these words, there are things shifting spiritually around you. I am restoring your confidence little by little. I am rebuilding your strength. I am reviving dreams you almost gave up on completely. Do not stop dreaming just because life became difficult. Difficulty does not mean destiny has disappeared. Challenges do not cancel purpose. Storms do not last forever. You are entering a season where clarity will begin replacing confusion. Some relationships will become clearer. Some decisions will become easier. Some burdens will finally lift from your shoulders. I am not saying every problem will disappear overnight, but I am saying you will no longer walk through those struggles alone. My child, I need you to understand how valuable you truly are. Too often you measure your worth based on how people treat you. When people reject you, you feel worthless. When people criticize you, you feel inadequate. But your value does not come from human opinions. Your value comes from the fact that I created you intentionally. You are not ordinary. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. Heaven knows your name. Stop shrinking yourself just to make others comfortable. Stop doubting gifts I intentionally placed inside you. There are talents within you that have not fully awakened yet because fear has been holding you back. Fear keeps whispering that you are not ready. Fear tells you to stay silent. Fear tells you not to try again because you might fail. But courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to move forward despite fear. And my child, you are far more courageous than you realize. You survived painful seasons that should have crushed your spirit. You kept going after disappointments that nearly broke your heart. You are still standing after battles that many people know nothing about. That is strength. I also know you are tired sometimes. Healing can feel exhausting. Waiting can feel frustrating. Believing for better days can feel difficult after repeated disappointments. But please do not give up now. The enemy wants you hopeless because hopeless people stop expecting miracles. But I am restoring expectation inside your spirit again. Good things are still possible for your life. Peace is still possible. Joy is still possible. Restoration is still possible. Very soon, certain prayers you thought were unanswered will begin unfolding in unexpected ways. I work beyond human timing and understanding. What looks delayed to you is still perfectly known by me. Keep trusting even when answers seem slow. Keep praying even when emotions feel weak. Keep believing even when circumstances appear uncertain. I am still writing your story. The chapter you are currently living in is not the final chapter. There is more ahead for you than pain. There is more ahead for you than survival. I created you not only to survive life but to walk in purpose, peace, wisdom, and spiritual strength. So breathe again, my child. Hope again. Believe again. My beloved child, as you continue walking through this season of your life, I want you to remember something very important. You are stronger than the battles trying to defeat you. The storms surrounding you may feel intense right now, but storms do not last forever. Rain eventually stops. Darkness eventually gives way to light. And the pain you carry today will not define the rest of your story. For too long, you have underestimated the strength I placed inside you. You focused more on your weaknesses than on the power of my presence working through your life. You looked at your failures and forgot about the many times you already overcame impossible situations. But today I am reminding you that you are not powerless. You did not survive this far by accident. There were moments when your heart felt shattered into pieces. There were days when fear sat heavily on your chest and made it difficult to breathe peacefully. There were nights when your thoughts became so loud that rest felt impossible. Yet somehow, through all of it, you kept moving forward. Even when your faith felt small, even when your strength felt weak, I was carrying you. My child, I know the secret battles you still fight internally. I know there are wounds you have not fully healed from yet. Certain memories still hurt you. Certain disappointments still echo inside your mind. Certain betrayals still make trusting difficult. But healing is happening, even if it feels slow. Do not become discouraged because you are still recovering emotionally. Healing is a journey, not a race. Some scars take longer to heal because the pain went deep. But every day you continue choosing hope instead of giving up, you are moving closer toward restoration. I also want you to stop punishing yourself for not being perfect. You expect yourself to have all the answers immediately. You become frustrated when you make mistakes or struggle emotionally. But growth does not happen instantly. Even the strongest people experience moments of weakness. Do not confuse temporary struggle with permanent failure. You are learning. You are growing. You are becoming wiser through every season you survive. My precious child, the enemy has tried hard to fill your mind with fear because fear weakens confidence. Fear tells you that nothing will ever change. Fear tells you that your future will only repeat past pain. Fear convinces you to expect disappointment before new opportunities even arrive. But fear does not speak truth over your life. I speak peace over you today. I speak strength over you today. I speak restoration over your heart, clarity over your thoughts, and hope over your future. You may not fully understand what I am doing right now, but I am aligning things behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. Certain prayers are being answered quietly. Certain doors are opening gradually. Certain blessings are already moving toward your life even though you cannot recognize them yet. Trust my timing. Many times you become anxious because you want immediate answers. You want certainty about tomorrow. You want visible proof that everything will be okay. But faith grows strongest when trust remains steady even during uncertainty. You do not need to know every detail about your future in order to trust me with it. My child, I know you have spent many days feeling emotionally exhausted. You gave your energy to people who did not appreciate your heart. You carried responsibilities that became overwhelming. You worried constantly about situations beyond your control. And slowly, without realizing it, your peace began fading away. But I am restoring your peace again. I am teaching you that peace does not come from perfect circumstances. Peace comes from knowing you are not facing life alone. Even when situations remain difficult, my presence can still strengthen your spirit. There are people reading this message who feel deeply lonely right now. You are surrounded by people physically, yet emotionally you feel isolated and misunderstood. You wish someone truly understood the heaviness inside your heart. Listen carefully, my child, I understand. I understand the pain you cannot explain easily. I understand the exhaustion you hide behind smiles. I understand the disappointment you carry quietly. And I have not abandoned you. The loneliness you feel today will not last forever. I am preparing divine connections for your future. I am bringing trustworthy people into your life at the right time, people who will encourage your growth instead of draining your spirit. Do not settle for relationships that constantly destroy your peace. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your heart. Some people only entered your life to teach you discernment. Some departures were painful, but necessary. I need you to stop chasing approval from people who refuse to value you properly. Your worth is not determined by human validation. You do not need everyone to understand your journey in order for your purpose to matter. The plans I have for your life are bigger than the opinions surrounding you. My beloved child, there is also something I need you to release today: regret. You keep replaying old decisions inside your mind, wishing you had chosen differently. You wonder how life might look if certain mistakes never happened. But constantly living in regret only steals the strength needed for today. Learn from the past, but do not remain trapped there. I can still bring purpose out of painful seasons. I can still create beauty from broken situations. I can still restore what feels lost. Nothing is impossible for me. Even the areas of your life that currently seem hopeless are not beyond my power. The broken relationship, the emotional struggle, the financial pressure, the uncertainty about the future, none of it is too difficult for me to handle. Do not allow temporary circumstances to convince you that your story will end in defeat. This is not the end. Your story is still unfolding. There are blessings ahead of you that will make certain painful seasons finally make sense. One day you will realize why some prayers were delayed. One day you will understand why certain people had to leave. One day you will see how every difficult season was shaping your character and deepening your faith. For now, trust me even when understanding feels incomplete. My child, you spend too much time doubting yourself. You often focus only on what you lack instead of recognizing how much strength you already possess. But look at how far you have already come. Look at the battles you survived. Look at the storms you endured. You are still here. That matters. You are still breathing. That matters. You are still fighting for hope despite disappointment. That matters too. Never underestimate the strength required simply to keep going after difficult seasons. Heaven sees your effort, even when other people overlook it. I also need you to stop speaking negatively about your future. Your words carry power. When you constantly speak hopelessness, fear, and defeat over your life, your mind becomes trapped in darkness. But today I want you to begin speaking life again. Speak peace over yourself. Speak healing over yourself. Speak hope over your future. You may not feel strong every moment, but continue declaring truth instead of fear. The enemy wants your mind trapped in negativity because negative thinking weakens faith. But I am renewing your mind day by day. The confusion will clear. The anxiety will lessen. The heaviness will not remain forever. My precious child, there are dreams inside you that you almost abandoned because disappointment discouraged you repeatedly. You stopped expecting good things because too many painful situations happened unexpectedly. But I am asking you to dream again. Do not bury your purpose because life became difficult. Do not silence your gifts because fear became loud. Do not quit moments before breakthrough begins. The next chapter of your life will require courage, faith, patience, and trust. Some opportunities will feel uncomfortable because growth often requires stepping beyond familiar places. But I will guide you. You do not have to walk into the future alone. Even now, while you are reading this message, I am strengthening you internally for what is ahead. The wisdom you gained through pain will help others someday. The compassion you developed through suffering will become part of your purpose. The battles you survived will become testimonies of my faithfulness. Nothing you endured was wasted. Not the tears. Not the waiting. Not the heartbreak. Not the loneliness. Not the confusion. I was present through all of it. And I am still with you now. So lift your head again, my child. Breathe deeply again. Trust again. Pray again. Believe again. Because the God who protected you yesterday is already preparing miracles for your tomorrow. And no darkness, no fear, no disappointment, and no attack against your life will ever be greater than my love for you. Because the same God who carried you through yesterday is already standing in your tomorrow.